So what did I say? I got a job. Uh, Last week, it's one of the reasons why I haven't put up a video in so long. I was really hurting for money around the East TN meetup, and I had gotten to the point where I was gonna start applying to just any job, anything. I don't fucking care. I need a paycheck. And I hadn't quite gotten there yet, but it was getting close. And there's 2 or 3 companies here in town that are pretty much always hiring, but they suck to work for. There's lots of warehouse jobs here, and Amazon is always looking for order fulfillment. But the job sucks. The company sucks. You really don't want to work on the warehouse floor at Amazon. You are just a number as far as they're concerned. So I didn't, and they pay okay, but they basically try to kill you. So I didn't really want to go there yet. And I found this agency, a temp agency, that had a listing that said, well, let me scroll back a little bit. Right before the meetup, I actually had an interview at Volkswagen with their help desk, and I bombed the shit out of it. I'm not going to go into why. It's technical shit, but basically, to put it in terms everybody watching this can understand, I put on my resume that I knew how to build a motorcycle, and I do. And they said, okay, what's the name of the thing that the forks go into? This piece right here. And I called it everything but, And then they'd ask me what connects the transmission to the rear wheel. And assuming you're on let's assume it's a chain drive motorcycle. But I was like, oh man, it's the metal rope. And they just kind of looked at me. I was like, yeah, the wire rope, the braided wire rope. Which is a thing that does a similar function to a chain, but not quite the same. So I screwed that one up. And then I had another job listing that I found, and and the listing basically said you're going to go in to a building with a bunch of computers at cubicles, and you're going to go up to the computer, to the existing computer, back up everything that's on it, remove the computer from the desk, install a new computer, and then load the backup from the old one onto the new one so that they have the same data. And I'm thinking, cool, I can do that. That's going to take fucking forever. That's probably an hour per computer, at least. And you can go do, you can probably do 3 or 4 at a time. But I was like, yeah, that's right up my alley. That's the kind of stuff that I need to be getting on my resume, right? And they said, business casual, second shift, 5 to 2 a.m. And I was like, all right, I got a pair of slacks and a dress shirt. So I went out and I spent like $150 to buy new slacks and new shirts. And I get there and I'm overdressed, and they were like, yeah, the company that you went through does that. All I was going to be doing is unbox 450 computers and mouse, keyboard, the whole 9 yards, no monitors. And then we go out, and in the cube farm that we were working in is arranged in little pods of 16. And you do 1 pod at a time. You disconnect the old computer, you throw the computer, the mouse, the keyboard, and the power cord in separate boxes, and then roll out the new shit. And I said, okay. And they said, that's it. And I was like, oh, so what you're telling me is this is something that anyone who can follow basic color matching directions can do. And the guy says, yeah. And I was like, okay. One of the guys walked out right then. He's like, no, this is not what I signed up for. And frankly, it's not what I signed up for either. But they were paying well enough that I was like, well, I'm going to keep doing this. And we did it for 3 days. And at the end of that 3 days, I had, at the same time that I had the interview for that job, I had an interview for another job, fixing cell phones, tablets, and laptops. Yeah, pretty much whatever you'll bring us. And that job started on Friday. And the other one, actually, yeah, it started Friday. The other one was supposed to run Monday through Wednesday. It got pushed back to go Tuesday through Thursday. So my first day at the second job, I'd had like 3 hours of sleep. And my new boss asked me 5 or 6 times. She's like, are you okay? Because I was pounding down 5-hour energies and like fucking running on caffeine. And so I'm sweating my ass off. And she's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. And she asked me that 4 or 5 times. It actually got annoying. But now I am working, fixing basically cracked screens. But we'll rebuild the whole fucking phone if you want. We do laptops and cell phones and PDAs and whatever. And I bring enough skill and knowledge to the company that you can bring us desktops. I'll fix that shit too, for the most part. So I think it's going to work out okay. The pay is not fantastic. The hours, I could use more hours. But with fewer hours, I'm still making more money than I did at the golf course. So there's that. And it's going to look good on the resume. As long as the place stays open. They're kind of hurting for customers right now. But I don't really think that's going to affect me a whole lot because it's kind of a southeastern chain. And I don't think they're going to close the store because we got off to a bad start. So, yeah, yay, income. Not fantastic, but better.